Hello, and welcome to today's Decay, where we celebrate births and beginnings of everything important since the dawn of time. It is September 22nd, and here are all the dates that really rate. On this day in 1885, Erich von Stroheim was born. I almost said von Däniken. No, wrong. Erich von Stroheim was the man you love to hate, is how he was billed in Hollywood, in part because it was legendary how much he would have a sadistic flair with his actors and actresses, making them do take after take after take, and how much he ran up production bills to like comical degrees, almost like he's like reveled in the excess of excess. He also presented himself as a Teutonic aristocrat when he was in fact a German or Austrian Jew who would have been not welcomed in the upper echelons of society in Germany or Austria. Wild Boys of the Road premiered on this day, 1933, one of my favorite films, a Depression-era picture directed by Wild Bill Wellman, who was a World War I flying ace. This film features a whole bunch of kids who realize their parents are too broke to keep paying for them, so they decide to, in an attempt to ease their parents' minds, they all decide to run away together and hop the rails, and it doesn't end so well, which is kind of part of the charm of pre-code films that were produced between about the time of 1929 and 1933 or so, which were before the Hays Code was put in effect, which enforced that you needed to have the good guy win. America always had to be right. People couldn't kiss for more than like 2 seconds or something like that. Women and children couldn't be hurt. No foreshadowing here, and if you haven't watched this movie yet and what it might entail, but that's just it. It's really brutal, unflinching storytelling that Hollywood doesn't get rid of the Hays Code till like late 60s, I think, mid to late 60s. Yeah, so people found creative ways around telling stories, but 1933, when Wild Boys of the Road was made, this is like one of the last pre-code films. It's the last year or two, and it is just so good. Can't suggest it enough. Also, today, 1958, Zachary Shock Theater premiered here in New York City. John Zachary, way back in history, before Zachary began, he started in Philadelphia and went by the name Roland. Roland was John Zachary's horror host character. Looked just as ghoulish as Zachary, but just a different name. Same host of characters, My Dear Igor, Amoeba. But he just retitled the character when he moved from Philadelphia to New York. I think because Milo Nurmi was still in the midst of dealing with, can other people be called Vampira? This is my character, hands off. And in fear that his character, which was already getting very successful as Roland, was going to be just copied by others, he retitled himself Zachary, a slight variation and spelling in his own actual last name, and nobody is going to take his actual birth name, right? No, I don't think, and nobody did. Whether that's actual, the actual reasoning behind the name change or not, I don't know. I just made it up, and I feel like I've said it enough that it becomes fact, at least here. Yeah, so there you go. And then he was so popular in New York that he remained on television airwaves here in New York for many decades. Yeah, and only passed away relatively recently. I had tried to get him to come to some Midnight Monster Hops when Phantom Creep Radio was horror hosting as like a spook show horror host radio show, but he was already up there in years, and I was trying really hard, but no such luck. Maybe next lifetime. Anyway, that's it. Good night, whatever you are.